Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Tuesday, November 29th, 2022. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Good morning, everyone. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. One of the things you'll notice here is the ES took a turn down in the previous session here. That sell-off here basically put price back into the uptrending PIMA trigger zone, but it also put it back inside this narrow range here, which it was trying to get a breakout from that narrow range. It failed. What that could do is turn things down off of this upper area, 4050. 4050 here has been a big time resistance level. You have the other side of the range here at about 3900. That is very important as well. If price starts to break through this pivot low here, it opens up the downside into about 3700 and could lead to quite a bit more selling pressure up ahead. So right now, keep an eye on the previous session's midpoint. A pullback to that midpoint will likely be defended by bears. It's already happening right now. Didn't quite get there all the way, but it's already looks like the overnight strength has been offered at that point, and staying below that midpoint suggests further bearish directional conviction to the downside, which again, pushing through the previous session's low, opens up that move into 3900 and the prior pivot low below. Right now, the market's at averaging about 56 points per day, 56.5 points per day for the ES on a 10-day basis, 47.5 on a 5-day basis. So just call it a 50-point day from the current high. The high is 39.90 minus 50 points gets you at about 39.40, and that's a pretty easy target here just from a day perspective, but could increase if it really starts to break downward. Again, 3900 could be the target ahead over the next day or two. And if you do start to break through that pivot low, again, it opens up the next pivot low below about 3700. We take a look here at the NQ. Now this one has given up a little bit here as well. This one was trying to push through recent highs here, couldn't get through 12K, and instead is back down. The prior pivot low right here is about 11,500. That's going to be a big time level to watch right there. A failure through 11,500 and you open up the lower portion of this trading range. So 10.6 would be the next big time target. Right here we've had this trading range that's been in play right here, and then price developing this narrow range at the top end of that range. So again, a failure to get going to the upside would suggest a failure back into the range down below. So keep an eye on 11.5. A failure at 11.5 opens up 10.6. Looking at crude oil. Crude oil right now up about 1.6%, but is seeing initial rejection at the previous quarter's close. So right here, previous quarter's close going offered. 2 days ago, previous close went offered as well. The day prior to that, it went offered through it. So the previous quarter's close has been in play here over the last week of trading. Right now, a very aggressive sell-off. A 20-point sell-off from 94 to 74, and now we're seeing a pullback be defended at the previous close and at the bearish PIMA trigger zone. That could lead to another round of weakness ahead. 75 has been a big time area of support though. That's the previous year's close. So again, the thing to watch here is that we continue to watch is that 76.25, right? 76.25 was the level yesterday that if it can get above that 76.25 and hold and maintain acceptance there, it opens up 85 above. So we have gotten that move from yesterday and into today. We've gotten that big time push up. Obviously a little bit of resistance coming into play, but 76.25 is the lower area to hold on a swing basis. If it can continue to stay above 76.25, you have a shot to bounce back into this larger trading range here, back to the middle of that range at 85 up ahead. Taking a look here at gold futures. Gold right now in the range. We have this big time tail right here that came off the 1720 level and we pushed higher. We have the top end of the range at around 1790. Right now it's holding above the top of the key range. That's about the 1738 half level, and we're in this narrow range. Still kind of an upward drive here that's happening in gold, but not real clear directional conviction at the moment. This price right there needs above 1800 to get into the next recent resistance. That's about 1830 to 1820. And again, off of this strong pivot low, perhaps price has a shot to get to the next target above. A failure at that pivot low and you open up the lower portion of that range. One last one here to look at is the YM. The YM right now showing initial signs of rejection at the 34K level. 34,000, a big time level right now. If you look at 34K and draw a line this way, you'll notice how it's been big time resistance. In Q3 on the first big rally, it failed at 34K and dropped to new lows. We've now rallied all the way back up to that level and took it offered yesterday. The early retest this morning at 34K has been defended, and if there's a failure at 34K, it could open up quite the pullback, first to about 33,000, 33.1, then perhaps as low as 32,000 and 31.5. So that would be the next big medium-term pullback here. If it fails at 34K, we're looking at a move back toward 31.5 up ahead. So keep an eye on 34K early today. If there's a failure to get back above that zone, we could be looking at a retest back toward prior pivot lows. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.